All right, good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, your eyes are at the CB. There's a lot more bodies in the settee area than there were in the last two squads, as we're going to be at 5 out of pair for our final qualifying squad here for the Parker Bohn III Scholarship Tournament. Our 4 p.m. squad starting on time. Last chance for these young players to make tomorrow's double elimination match play brackets in our 5 divisions: U12 mixed, U15 girls, U15 boys, U18 girls, and U18 boys. I'm $2 Phil Brilo, taking you through the afternoon today, taking you through tomorrow's championship rounds that'll be held inside of Rev Rates, just through the wall from my broadcast booth. We'll have all the match play feeds for you tomorrow starting at 9:30 in the morning. There's not going to be a Strike Central feed like you're seeing right now, like you're tuning into, as we're going to be prepped and set up running all those championship rounds for our 5 divisions. But you're going to be able to follow your favorite player in match play tomorrow, so make sure you're in contact with either the bowler or a parent that's watching the bowler here on site at Howell Lanes, and they can tell you what lanes the players will be on for their 2-game total pin matches, and as they win or lose, which pairs of lanes they will be going to throughout the center. We'll have our U12 mixed championship first, followed by our U15 girls, our U15 boys, and then we'll have the U18 boys and girls championship rounds going on at the same time late tomorrow afternoon, and there are going to be 5 big scholarship checks and 5 beautiful trophies provided by On the Ball Bowling, held on to by our champions at the end of our competition tomorrow. About 3.5 minutes of practice remaining. We may get a drop in again from Parker Bohn III or one of the other Bohn family members during our final round of qualifying. We'll definitely get you the updated numbers on what the bracket advancers will be in each division. We know there's going to be 16 in the boys division. There's more than enough entries there. There's actually going to be some cashers for scholarship money outside the top 16. But we'll wait and see what our bracket sizes are going to be for our U18 girls, U15 boys, U15 girls, and U12 mixed players for those double elimination brackets tomorrow. 3 minutes of practice left, and we'll get you introduced to the whole field during game 1. And remember, you can follow your favorite player here on the Bohn Legacy YouTube channel all the way through their 5 games of qualifying, as they'll be moving 2 pairs and landing on the 3rd. So skip 2, land on the 3rd, your player movement. So you're going to be watching some of our young players in our U12 mixed division on 7 and 8 during game 1. They'll move to 13 and 14 for game 2, 19 and 20 for game 3, 25 and 26 for game 4, and 31 and 32 for game 5.
Try not to blink. Scholarship competitors, please hold up on your practice. Couple of house notes. Last call for the raffle items that are inside the room. Remember, if you want tickets in there, please go and see it. That will close at 4:30 sharp. Any common merchandise, once again, if you want that, please also get in there because we're going to turn that or shut that table down at 4:30 as well. So right now, for everyone, this is our last qualifying squad. We will have those numbers exactly how many are making the cut is for every division for tomorrow. We'll have that in a little bit. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, how about giving these athletes a round of applause for our last squad for this year's scholarship event. Thank you. Good luck, competitors.
All right, and with that, and the announcements from Parker Bohn III, we are underway. Let's get you player introductions. We're going to be zooming through the field here in game one. Christopher Forey, your bowler A. Christopher Thomas, your bowler B. Ellie Mentone, your bowler C. Isabella Mondello, your bowler D. And Alexander Hanacek, your bowler E. So 5 players prepare this round. Forey, Thomas, Mentone, and Mondello in your U12 mixed division. Hanacek in the U15 boys. We'll let everybody get a toss in here on camera. And then we'll move along, get you through the whole house here on our first of 5 qualifying games. Good cover by Mondello to get things started. Once again, it's a fresh application of the 42-foot tournament pattern. About 29 milliliters in the pattern, 15.6 on the way out, 13.3 on the way back. Symmetrical, 3.65 to 1 the ratio from the outside 4 boards to the middle of the lane on both sides of the lane. And for our U12 mixed bowlers, they are looking at a leading score right now by Nolan Randisi of 903. A couple of scores that are easily catchable with Hosea Martin and Major Mira. Mira at 754, Martin 761. So it's right about a 150, just above average. I think that's what it's going to take to get into the match play bracket tomorrow. We'll find out if they are going to be taking 3 or 4 players into that match play bracket. We'll get the official numbers from Parker Bohn or Justin Bohn a little bit later in the block once they have all their record keeping taken care of. Let's get over to lanes 9 through 12 on 9 and 10. Brett Bates, EJ Tabor, Jacob Stango, Liam Zeitz, and Matthew Wenger are your bowlers A through E respectively on 9 and 10. On 11 and 12, Ryan Tarcio rounds out our U15 boys as bowler A. Then we have some U15 girls with Ariana Oliveira, Gianna Pizzamenti, Kaylee Dwyer, and Kylie Apadesano. Your B through E respectively. On lane 12. Over on, oh, you did 11 and 12. Pardon me. There. See Dwyer stepping up. Picks up that baby split. Oh, we got pins falling out of the deck on lane 12. I'll get that turned around pretty quickly. For the U15 boys, Tyler Anderson's been pretty dominant. He took on 3 qualifying squads, and after his 3 squads, his positioning was 1st, 2nd, and 4th. All 3 squad totals above a 210 average, leading things off with an 11-13. So there probably is going to be 6 boys, I'm thinking, in the U15. Once again, getting ahead of myself, waiting for the official totals. But let's take a look at even 4th place right now. Once you drop those other couple of Anderson scores, is Matthew Wenger at 891, so just under a 180 average. So if we can get one of our U15 boys to average probably 185 or better, they'll make their way into match play competition tomorrow. Score lanes 13 through 16. Once again, all the pair feeds available to you. We're bouncing around here in the Strike Central feed because we're going to be following hot hands, leaders, maybe bowlers that might even be pursuing perfection in a particular game. But we want to make sure we get all the players a little time in the sun here. Nora Rowe, your bowler A, and Taryn Murphy, your bowler B, round out your U15 girls division as A and B on 13. Then we get into our U18 boys. Most of the players on this feed in that division. Adam Kaufman, your bowler C. Augie Quattrini, your bowler D. And Brayden Cassidy, your bowler E on 13 and 14. Over to 15 and 16. Cameron Bennett, CJ Kumbergi, Clayton Tyndall, Colin Taggart, Damian Winings round out your A through E on 15 and 16. And those U18 boys, they're going to have a little something to shoot at. Ian Hohenscheid, your leader at 1150. He's the only bowler in that division to average 220 or more in a block. Right now, we know there's going to be 16 bowlers in that U16 bracket. 4 squads in. Let's just go with around 11th place right now. And that would unofficially be Paul Lampy at 1020. So I think if a bowler gets out of this block with a 210 average with 1,050 or more in the U18 boys, I think they're going to be seeing a little Sunday morning match play bracket action for those 2-game total pin matches tomorrow. And once again, once we get into that bracket, any pinfall from today is as relevant as a 6-day-old burrito in your fridge. No relevance at all, as it's just going to get thrown out. And all players starting from 0 in those match play brackets, 2-game total pin matches. Let's get you over 17 through 20. All these players in the U18 boys: Dion Hunter, your bowler A; Gavin Broad, your bowler B; Jacob Spade, your bowler C; Jaden Eng, your bowler D; Jaden Canto is your E on 17 and 18. Hunter, Broad, Spade, Eng, Canto, A through E, 17 and 18. 19 and 20, Jonathan Durand, Angelo Galafaro, Leo Racine, Lorenzo Sukram, and Luke Jovans are your A through E respectively on 19 and 20. All right, let's take everybody up to lanes 21 through 24, and guess what? It's all U18 boys once again. Luke Testa, your bowler A. Matthew Sundberg, your bowler B. Maxwell Benware, your bowler C. Michael Fogarty, your bowler D. And Nicholas Mansell, your bowler E. On 21 and 22. 23 and 24, Patrick Asai, Rocco Marinich, Taylor Bernier, Sebastian Bernier, and Tommy Rawa, your players on 23 and 24, A through E, respectively. Benware gets himself the front four. And I think at the end of game one, we're going to get either Parker or Justin in here. They'll make the official announcement on the bracket size for each of our 5 divisions tomorrow for the bowlers that will be advancing to match play. If there is a tie for the final advancing spot in a bracket, it is a 1-game roll-off. So if there's a bowler that qualified on an earlier squad and they're tied for an advancing spot, I think they give them the same as the PBIII rule, a half hour to get back here and have that roll-off happen. Now, if we do have that roll-off, we're not going to have it live, but we'll get you some highlights tomorrow morning that we'll throw on our championship feeds coming in out of rev rates. Bernier had a great start to his block yesterday. Bernier of the Tay variety. We've got Tay and Sebastian on the pair, but Tay came out of the gates 742 for his first 3 on the 9 a.m. squad yesterday morning. He just had some problems adjusting the conditions and carry down on the low side of the house. Bernier, one of those players that's kind of on the bubble right now. He was at 1026 for his high qualifying. Oh, I'm sorry, he had a higher qualifying block yesterday with 1085. So Bernier in pretty good. He's just trying to see if he can drum himself up an extra cash spot here. Let's get over to 25 through 28. On 25 and 6, Ari Smith is your A, William Munoz your B. Those are the last 2 players in your U18 boys field. The remaining bowlers in our field are all in the U18 girls, with Addison Quattrini, Allison Stakowitz, and Anna Anthony rounding out your C, D, and E on 25 and 26. Anthony had a big finish with a 237 game in game 4. Got her enough pins to get to 1029 in 3rd place overall. Amanda Drosty had a great game 3 and game 4, 246-242 to help vault her to 10-76 to lead the U18 girls right now. And it's going to be interesting to see with the bowler Brooke Andreessen not on this squad, but Brooke had some scores that are going to probably get bumped from her second place qualifying effort at 10.74. And once we know the official number for the girls U18 on how many players will be advancing in that bracket, we can give you a better idea about a possible target score bowlers might have to be shooting at. We're trying to make it to that double elimination match play bracket tomorrow. This 42-foot pattern, I thought we were going to see a scoring pace pretty similar to last year, but honestly, it's depending on the division, about 10 to 15 pins lower. And it just doesn't seem that it's easy to get all 10 down when they get to the pocket this year. We see bowlers, they're making good shots, they're getting to the pocket. Couple more flat 10s than pastures. Not as many messengers for the young men. So I don't know if it's just the entry angle is changing a little bit because of the volume of the patterns distributed. Could be many factors coming into play. I've seen some young men throwing urethane, but those that seem to have tried to throw it all 5 games, not a lot of success. So Anna Anthony, she's trying to pile on. She's looking to take down the U18 girls title. She's our champion from last year in the U15 division, so she's aged out. Let's get you over to our final pairs. Once again, all these young ladies in the U18 girls division. I just realized I missed our players. 27 and 28 with Camille Forrester, your A. Christine Scribetta, your B. Kira Stahora, your C. Kennedy Painter, your D. And Kiana McCapanak, your bowler E here on 27 and 28, but we will get over to 29 and 30 as we're getting near the end of this first of 5 qualifying games. Lila Elinsky, your bowler A. Morgan Sheldon, your B. Morgan Winchell, your C. Sadriana Erb, your D. And Skikora Floyd, your E. on 29 and 30. 31 32. Sophie Donnelly, your A. Tia Sadwani, your B. Zara Sadwani, your C. Aaron Mantello, your D. Actually, Aaron is in the boys U18 division. Snuck one in there on me there, Justin. And Trishna Desai, your bowler E on lane 32. So once again, for those of you watching and you want to stick with your favorite player after this game, they're going to be skipping 2 pairs lining in the third. So the players you see here on 29 and 30 are actually going to move down to 9 and 10. 31 and 32 are going to move to 11 and 12. As they'll get all the way across the house here at Howell Lanes. Always good to have instant replay. We just saved a young player from having to deal with a possible foul call on a lane. So once it was brought to our attention, we hit the replay. And we confirmed that bowler was way behind the foul line, and they're going to get credit for their spare. So there's always more than one benefit of having us in the building, not just bringing out the broadcast to everybody in the bowling world. But we're able to solve some, what pinfall was actually made if a machine hit a pin. We've had a couple of calls today. It's nice to know that time with the young player that they were wrongly accused of a foul by the electronic eye on that lane. So yeah, Parker and Justin Bohn came out and had that addressed very quickly. Teamwork makes the dream work, and it's making a heck of an event here at Howell Lanes for the 26th annual Parker Bohn III Scholarship Tournament. Player movement in your second of 5 qualifying games. Somebody get the graphics department on the ball here. Come on, kids. It's a 5-game qualifying block, not a 4-game qualifying block. Now they're back on the ball. There we go. Game 1 of 5 finishing up. Game 2 of 5 coming up momentarily. All right, as we get into game 2, we're going to start with our U12 mixed players, work our way through the field once again. We'll get some scores in. We'll find some hot hands to follow as well. And don't forget, keep following your favorite player. Every game of this qualifying block, and if they make the double elimination match play bracket tomorrow, you'll be able to follow them all day tomorrow here on the Bohn Legacy YouTube channel. And we'll also be bringing you all 5 championship finals from Rev Rates, VIP Entertainment, and the Bohn Elite Training right next door here inside of Hall Lanes, literally through the wall from my booth. Is where we're going to have that championship finals, and we're going to have those young players thinking they're on a TV show tomorrow. That's one of my favorite places to do an event for a finals of a tournament is the PBIII. Glad to be a part of it once again. All right, let's see if we got any score updates, any big games from game one here. Didn't see anybody jumping up and down, screaming and hollering that they were going for 300. Still some scores coming in. A couple pairs just finishing up. Maxwell Benware ended up with a 246 as opening game. So let's check in on Benware. Should be stepping up on 27 and 28. Hope your bowlers C. 2 spares in the strike for Benware here in the start of game 2. Tell you what, a busy man this weekend has been John Fury, 10 in the Pit Pro Shop right here inside of Howell Lanes. He's had some really nice specials for the young players too, coordinating with the bowling ball demo they had inside of Rev Rates the last couple of days. And Solid 10 Pro Shop and John Fury doing a lot for these young players while they've been here. And I want to thank John for a little help as well. And always good to see him talk shop a little bit. One of our good regional PBA players out here in the East region as well. Let's see, in our U18 girls division, Camille Forrester led things off with a 212 game. She was the only young lady to break 200 in our opening game. And we can take a peek at Camille right now down in lanes 7 and 8, our spotlight pair. And that's the only pair on our feed. You're going to see Camille stepping up right now. And not a good start to this game for Camille. And she's your bowler A, 4 straight opens to start this game. Let's hope putting the camera on her gives her a little luck. Yeah, breaks everything up, leaves just the 4-pin. Forster bowling on this pair with Christina Scabetta, Kira Stahora, Kennedy Painter, and Kiana Makipinak. Scabetta started 180, Stahora 169, Makipinak 180, and will be nice to Ms. Painter. Not the opening game score she was looking for. In your U15 girls division, Nora Rowe, start with a 195 to lead that division. The squad 190 for Kali Apadesano. Our U15 boys, 185 for Joseph Stango, setting that pace. With a 175 from Matthew Wenger and a 170 from Leon Zeitz. Throwing a 189 now for Alexander Hanachek to set the pace in U15 boys. And then our U12 mixed, Christian Forey, big 186 game to start things off for Forey. Peek in on Forey as he's stepping up on lane 13. Forey just one open. 2 opens, pardon me. As he just missed on lane 13. Christopher Thomas next in that qualifying line in the U12 mixed with 139. Well, they've got a couple things going pretty well in the tournament office right now. First of all, the important part, finding out all the raffle prizes, drawing tickets, getting names, so all the winners can be contacted that they've won raffles. Also getting the official number of advancers to tomorrow's match play brackets for each division set. And before we started today, we had 2 players drawn at random to receive a Bowl for Life scholarship of $300 each. Our last 2 $300 winners before they even threw a ball of competition. Thanks to Chuck and Deb Gardner at the Bowl for Life Scholarship Foundation for everything they do to support our young bowlers through their various scholarship programs, including essay contests, sometimes just a random whim. And they support a lot of tournaments. I know I do some work with the Junior Hall of Fame tournament in Wisconsin, and Chuck and Deb Gardner make sure they have some scholarships available for drawings at that Junior Hall of Fame event every year as well. They do so much for the sport, and they're not looking for the high fives and the handshakes. They enjoy them when they get them, don't get me wrong. But they do it for the love of the sport that's given them so much over the years. And glad to announce those two winners with Taryn Murphy and Morgan Sheldon were our Bowl for Life winners on this 4 p.m. squad, each receiving a $300 scholarship award. Let's get back to the pairing with Ben Ware. He's your bowler C. He'll be stepping up trying to convert a single pin. Benwell clean with a 3-bagger. After his opening 246 game. Benoit, he's got a score on there. It's kind of on the border. He was 11th place, the qualifying effort of 10:23 on the last squad. But there's a couple of bowlers like Talon Bernier and Jane Eng that each have an extra score. Willem Cunningham as well. So Benoit, that 10:20 score, that might be enough before, but he really wants to make sure he's seated a little higher in the bracket. Always good to get lane choice in a match. So Ben Ware is suddenly getting a case of the 9s, but he's keeping that score sheet clean. As we mentioned, Camille Forrest at a 212 game one. She's falling back here in game 2. She's going to be able to get a maximum of 184. Still able to keep her in pretty decent shape, but she's going to need the last 5 strikes to get there. Let's get over to 17 and 18. Let's check on our U15 girls. Majority of them on these pairs. We mentioned Apatisano. She's your bowler E. Just stepping off the lane. One open, no doubles to go with their opening 190 game. Brian Tarsio is already in pretty good shape in your U15 boys. Is your bowler A on that pair. 17 and 18. They're bowling with Oliveria, Pizzamenti, Dwyer, and of course we just mentioned Apadesano. Who's your bowler E? Next door, Nora Rowe. Taryn Murphy, your bowler B, who's your Bowl for Life scholarship winner, gets a little bit of a lucky break there. Put a double on the board. And then Adam Kaufman, Augie Quattrini, and Braden Cassidy and your U18 boys are your C, D, and E. Quattrini looking to put a big game on the board here. Can go off the sheet for 270 if he can catch now the last 4. Quattrini, slow start with a 174 game. Pardon me, then it's Addison Quattrini at the 174 game. Let's find Augie. Augie started with 220, so Augie looking to get a big jump towards the top of the leaderboard here in game 2. Quattrini keeping it rolling. Also, Braden Cassidy. Cassidy started with 201. Still possible 267 out there for Cassidy. Hey now, nice cover. By Kaylee Dwyer down to 5'10". I'm sorry, that's Dwyer stepping up now. The conversion was actually by Gianna Pizzamenti. Want to make sure the proper player gets credit where credit is due. Oh, here we go. Raffle time. The winners have been determined. All the silent auction items, the bidding ended at 4:30 p.m. All the raffle baskets had their winners determined. So if you're watching at home and you think you may have won something, come on back to the tournament office inside of Rev Rates and see what prizes may be available for you to take home. Of course, you had to buy tickets to get in, and all the ticket proceeds go immediately into this year's scholarship funds for these young bowlers. So that's why we won't have any of our prize lists finalized until tomorrow, once these last raffles are completed. Quattrini with the fire and catching all 10. This is Augie's first attempt. This is the only chance he's taken all weekend, the ball, and he's making the best of it for his first 2 games. As Quattrini could be sitting at a 490 total for his first 2 games. 220 to start and a possible 270 here. Great game for Quattrini. And a great game going for Braden Cassidy as well, as Cassidy looking to get in that plus 60 range of being double in the 10th. Don't forget your player movement. Skip a pair, skip another pair, and then land on the 3rd pair. So the players you see here on 17 and 18, they're going to move up to 23 and 24 at Quattrini and Company, moving up to 25 and 26 for their 3rd of 5 qualifying games. This is your final qualifying squad for the 26th Parker Bohn III Scholarship Tournament. And they're going to be passing the $250,000 mark in scholarships awarded this year with the growth of this event. Glad to be a part of it once again for our 4th year with 10 on the Deck Productions. And I'm $2 Phil Brylow. I am 10 on the Deck Productions. I'm your one-man crew this weekend. I'm your camera guy. I'm your commentator. I'm your jack of all trades. I'm even going to get myself a bottle of water right now. Suggest you do the same. Keep yourself hydrated, refreshed for these last 3 games of our final qualifying squad. get you started here in game 3 with Testa, Sundberg, Benware, Fogarty, and Mansilla. Your A through E here on 7 and 8. Testa your A, Sundberg your B. Sundberg sitting at 337. Drew's first two. Benware your C sitting at 457. Fogarty your D sitting at 336. Mansilla sitting at 272. Your E. Testa your A sitting at 305 for his first 2 games. So once again, Benware already in a good qualifying position, but looking to improvement here on this final squad. So let's take a look and find some of our top scorers here in the U18 boys division. We saw a big finish at Augie Quattrini. He's at 490. Cassidy didn't get all the way through the 267 game, got to 242, so Cassidy at 443. We mentioned Ben Ware already. Jaden Canto at 447. Angelo Galafaro at 459. We mentioned Ben Ware's 457. Those are the players over 400 after 2 on our U18 boys. U18 girls, no one over 400 for their first 2. Camille Forrester fell back after her 212 to a 160 to be a 372. Morgan Winchell picked up the pace, 178.201 to get to 379. And Trishna Desai, a former winner in the U15 girls, Desai now at 375 after 196 and 179 for your top players. Your U15 girls, 357 for Kaylee Dwyer, 168, 189, 363 for Kylie Apagasano on games of 190 and 173 are your top two on this squad. U15 boys, Matthew Wenger, 394 on games of 170 and 224. Alexander Hanacek at 370 on games of 189 and 181. And EJ Tabor at games of 160 and 210 at 370. Your U12 mixed. Your leader in that out of the four players, Christian Forey at 346, 186, and 160. Let's get over to 9, 10, 11, and 12 as we've got a couple of players on that pair. We saw them finish off big last game. As Anna Anthony with the 202 gets her to 358 for her first two games. Anthony ready to score, though, inside the projected number to get to tomorrow's match play round. Anthony, she's your bowler E on 11 and 12, so she's bowling with Ari Smith and William Munoz, both those bowlers in the U18 division. Then Quattrini and Stakowitz, your C and D in the U18 girls, along with Anthony. Next door on 9 and 10. Patrick Assay, Rocco Marinich, Taylor Bernier, Sebastian Bernier, and Tommy Rawa. None of those players really, well, Bernier's at 361, but you're looking at players needing to finish plus, and probably around the plus 30 to 40 range for the boys U18. All right. Hey, I've been waiting to talk to this guy on air all weekend. He's been running around. We've been running around. Alex Horton, former champion of this event. We won't say how many years ago in the U15 division, but great weekend last weekend. How does it feel to have the words PBA regional titleist with your name now on your first PBA regional event?
It's wonderful. It's the best feeling in the world. You bowl for opportunities like this, and to be able to do it at the highest level, it's an amazing feeling for sure.
So you're here helping out. I saw you were helping out with the Brunswick ball demo. How many bowling balls were there available for the young players to try?
I think we had about 12 bowling balls across the last 3 releases. So there have been a wide range of asymmetrical solids, symmetrical solids, and asymmetrical pearl and hybrids for all the kids to try. And I had to give my personal favorite out there. Shout out to the One Ovation with Ebonite. That's my huge one that I'm pushing for and want to see everyone throwing. I love that ball.
Okay.
So
Good to know. Good to know. Hey, we're going to go back over because we're sitting behind 7 and 8 here. We've been watching a few of these players. Maxwell Benoit has had a couple of. Last year he had some really good blocks in qualifying before he got knocked out early in the match play rounds. Bowling with a few other players. I know. We got Mansilla here. Got to check my lineup. We got Testa, Sundberg, Benware, Fogarty, and Mansilla. So let's talk about what's going on with these young players. They're trying to adjust to this 42-foot pattern, and it doesn't seem like for too many players, urethane's in play for more than 2 or 3 games. Why is that the case?
So as a kid who was once in these bowlers' shoes and obviously now having a lot more experience, the lanes just tighten up really quick. What happens is in practice, you hit your urethane ball before you start bowling with a lot of surface, and you kind of start to tighten up the lanes you don't even realize in practice. So in practice, you have a great look with urethane. You're like, oh, urethane's great. I'm going to end up throwing urethane. And the second the lights come on, for some reason, somehow, it's after bowling on the pattern for 10, 15 minutes, the lane just gets tight down lane, and urethane just goes away. So maybe you might get those first 2-3 frames out of it, and the next thing you know, urethane's starting to go away, and I think it just makes it the lane so much tighter. And we're bowling on 42 feet, or they're bowling on 42 feet, and it's already kind of longer, so you're adding in a little bit of urethane as well, and it's just a double whammy there.
Well, unfortunately there for Fogarty. He picked the 7-pin after it went wide on a double. He got the spare.
Great spare. Spare. Terrible count.
He's smiling on the way back. Because we were on you for that one, just so you know. Not to embarrass you or anything, but we saw the 1 count. We were on it. I'm sure he'll get a little grief for that.
Oh, yeah.
From his friends later on. But it's not that hard here. If you get the ball a little quick through the front part of the pattern, it just seems to accelerate till it gets to about 35, 30 feet when the ball naturally tries to start to transition over from the weight block and then really pick up its roll after it gets off the oil pattern.
Yeah, oh yeah. And just, going back and forth and watching a lot of bowling, it looks like there is a huge out of bounds. So definitely finding a way to kind of finagle in there in the middle part of the lane and finding a way to stay safe is the huge thing, especially for the early games. And I think once you get your feet settled onto you after the first 2 games, I think I'm starting to see some of the scores go up games, 3, 4, and 5. So.
And you've bowled this house long enough. You know that there's some differences from pair to pair throughout the house. Seems to me for some reason the boys hate bowling on the low end and the girls hate bowling in the middle. Why would that seem to be when the guys go, I gotta go down to 9 and 10 or 11 and 12? Like, it's that end of the house. Is it just more in their heads, or is it actually something?
I can't be too sure on that. I mean, I know my history in the house. I, specifically being a guy, I loved bowling on the high end. Maybe it was just some house characteristics that matched up towards my game. Maybe players with higher rev rates. But specifically, as Fogarty picks off the 7-pin yet again.
You could bet him $100 to 1 to make him do that. Oh, you got a fan? Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, you go here's $100, pick off the 7-pin, and you owe me $1. You'd probably get rich before that would happen, and now he's done it unintentionally twice in a row.
Yeah, that is absolutely insane.
Something tells me Justin Bohn's going to make that a meme clip or something after we're done here.
Yeah, right. We can't let him live that one down. I mean, see, the first time it might be an accident, you can move on, but doing it again, it's got to feel frustrating. I'm not going to lie.
Right. So what do you what you do now? Is it a ball change thing? Is it just a mental block he's having? What do you think just looking at his body posture right now?
I mean, just watching him, I would think that maybe try closing off the angle a little bit, try and just keep everything going up the lane, keep it closer to the head pin because it looks like that there is that huge out of bounds, especially on the left side of the lane. Yeah. Just try and keep the ball in play. I don't know if it's going to overhook or not, but just something where you can get a feel again because after those last two shots, it can't be feeling great.
he's laughing, so yeah. That's his dad back there, so yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's calling.
Oh, here comes Justin.
Ay.
How soon till Justin memes that on the Bohn Legacy channel?
Ooh, I mean, I obviously being a person that's been on the channel for a while, I don't think I've ever seen a 1 spare and then a follow-up with a 1.
No. Especially at this level of competition.
And he's taking it like a champ. To be honest, I'd be sitting there kind of strung out. Yeah, he's taking it there laughing. That definitely takes some character for sure.
Hold on, we gotta get Justin on a headset here. So give him time to unwrap that cable. And my question is to Justin Bohn: how long until that 1 spare 1/8 becomes a meme on the Bohn Legacy somewhere in the social media of this event?
That'll happen very quickly.
Okay.
Because Michael Bull's here, and we've been friends with him for a long time. And I'm actually getting on the mic because I have a funny story for you, Phil.
Okay, let's do it.
So Michael bowled this morning at 9 a.m. and somebody walked in and said, "I just watched a left-hander get 1 off the left."
Oh no.
And I walked out and I looked at Michael. I said, "Hey, just wanted to check. I heard somebody got 1 off the left. It was a left-hander. I wanted to make sure it wasn't you." And he was like, no, I'm good. That wasn't me. So then Larry just walks in the office and goes, "Michael Fogarty just got 1 off the left, made the spare, and then 1 off the left again."
It's like somebody going for 300 now. Nobody to his right wants the bowl. They all want to watch and see what happens. It's like somebody shooting for 900.
I mean, can we take a bet here?
If he does it again, I don't know if I'd be impressed or I'd be impressed.
I would be disappointed for him. This one's got to be over the toe, right?
You think? 1 off the right. No. Yeah, that was definitely going right, however. Yikes. And a 4-6. Yeah, you knew that one was definitely going to be a little bit tighter up lane.
Yeah. Oh,
so. You a little surprised, Brent, Justin, about I turn around and I see a Bohn and I always say the wrong name. I've done that for a dozen years because he was sneaking up on you behind you. Justin, what do you think the reason why especially the boys U18 scoring pace is down a little bit this year from last year? Just a little tweak in the pattern you guys made, or?
So the pattern was tweaked a little bit, but I think something important to note is the players that made match play last year. I did the math last night. I think it was only 4 or 5 that made match play last year are bowling this year.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of players have aged out.
A lot of them aged out or have gone on to school and couldn't come back for the event.
Okay.
So that definitely has a large effect.
Oh, absolutely, because, I mean, when you have more bowlers that are used to bowling around each other, they'll play similar areas of the lanes. They'll look around where that might not be happening out here, you're saying, then, this weekend with youth players that might not be familiar with each other's games.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of new faces, too, that really haven't competed in our event before, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But, they're coming in for the first time. The people that had bowled the event last year and in years prior, they know this place like the back of their hand when they come back year after year after year after year.
So experience, even though it's just a once-a-year thing in the center, knowing what happens when you go across it, is huge in this event, you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
And especially in the youth field, to be confident bowling in a center that you've bowled in several times, definitely makes a difference for sure.
Well, you've bowled well in this center. You've taken home a title. You've gotten beaten up by a Bohn a couple of times.
Twice, but
you got beaten up by a Bohn.
Who's counting?
You got a good story from the hanging out with the Bohn family or anything like that at bowling at another event where you finally got a little revenge on a Brandon or Justin?
Stories.
I got a good story, I think, from this event. Did we bowled doubles one year, right?
Oh, yes. This
You
is
know
a
exactly
great
what
story.
I'm going to tell?
Yes,
Okay.
I know exactly where you're going. Lanes, what are we looking at here?
We were
11,
somewhere
12,
right in
13,
here.
14?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when we bowled, all right, he got to the 2-pin that time. Sorry, Michael in front of me was
Right.
just making sure he got to the 2-pin.
Yeah.
Anyway, when we bowled, the Friday night event was a doubles event.
Okay.
And me and Alex competed together. And we had the first 7 strikes. The second shot in frame 8, all 10 pins were still on the deck. And Justin Bohn was the one that threw the 8th frame.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Front 7
may I-
gutter ball.
Wait.
I add-
House pattern as well?
The house pattern, 1.
Okay.
And 2, I think it was going over about 25 at the arrows. They were hooking a lot then.
Unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable.
And did you finish it off for the 270?
No, I don't think I made the
Okay, you
spare.
guys didn't. Okay, you didn't make the spare. Okay.
Nope, front 7.
Thought maybe you went spare and then 270. I've actually seen that in the Baker doubles competition at home.
Oh,
They had the front 6 before, gutters spare, and then they went sheet for 270.
I have front 3 foul spare sheet for 270.
Ouch.
13 strike game.
Yeah. Oh, gee, and the foul struck too on top of it.
Yep.
Even,
13 strike game.
even better to have that stick it to you a little bit
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
Yeah. No doubt about it. So Brandon, jeez, come on, Phil.
get it together. Get it together.
It was a running joke for a while that when they used to come in the extra frame booth, I'd purposely call them the wrong name. Now I'm doing it. I'm too old. It's time to retire, apparently. Justin, cut numbers are going to be coming out next game or so. The official, like how many in each division?
We're going to take 16 in the U18 boys.
Okay.
We're going to take 12 in the U18 girls.
Okay.
There's going to be 6 in the U15 boys, 4 in the U15 girls, and then 4 in the U12 mixed division.
All right. Good to know. So that competition starts at 9 a.m. tomorrow. We'll have all the streams going out here. You're not going to have the Strike Central feed because we're going to be using that for the championships inside of Rev Rates. And boy, it is such a great atmosphere inside of Rev Rates for the finals.
I wish I had it when we were bowling.
Right. It's like a TV. It's
Yeah.
like a TV set. It's like going to a PBA event. They got it all, like where they would block it off with pipe and drape and stuff like that. A PBA show where you see 4 lanes. We got 5 lanes in there in Rev Rates. We'll have some cameras. We'll have Justin and Brandon on the call. I'm sure your mom and dad will pop in here and there too. There's a lot of duties that need to be done, so we'll be rotating around. But it's always great to let Justin and Brandon, because you guys know the players a lot better than I do. You see them all the time out here, and even though you're spending a lot of time away at school, you're at Savannah College of Art and Design. Your brother's down at Weber. Your sister's out in Vanderbilt. You guys know these players. You still see them often enough. And it might be time for Michael to get a bowling lesson when we're done here. You guys might want to add that to your calendar for later this evening. Yeah, that's a painful one for him. You started off great.
You did. That was a good start for the first 5 frames.
Right. He was 100 in the 5th. Of course, the 1 count on the double didn't help in the 4th and 5th as well. Yeah.
No, and then the 1 on the spare after the 1 count.
We'll have to
Didn't
get
help
after he gets some time to cool off this afternoon, maybe tonight we'll talk to him about what happened. So, well, hey guys, thanks for your time. Appreciate it. We're going to get some things changed over for Game 4.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully the graphics department was on top of things here. No, they're not. Son of a gun. We'll get the graphics department on top of everything. So it's the one-man show. Guys, thanks for stopping in.
All right.
Alex,
Yes,
thanks
sir.
for doing everything this week. Justin, thanks for everything.
Absolutely.
We'll see you for Game 4 coming up next.
Hot here and you cross that wall and it's like 20 degrees cool. It was great.
I'm not even sitting there, I'm not gonna lie.
It won't stay. I did it in my home. Maybe.
Oh, we got you with your U12 mixed players starting things off here on 25 and 26 with Forey, Thomas, Mentone, Mondello, your A through D. Hanachek, who's having a nice day in the U15 boys division, is your bowler E on 25 and 26. Next door, more U15 bowlers with Brett Bates, EJ Tabor, Jacob Stango, Liam Zeitz, and Matthew Wenger. Wenger having a good afternoon. Your A3 respectively on 27 and 28. We should have scores jumping in shortly. Give you your update on your leaders. So you heard Justin Bohn a few minutes ago with your division breakdowns. We'll have 4 bowlers coming out of the U12 mixed qualifying. So the score these bowlers are looking to get past right now in U12 mixed is the 725 of Shane Rizzo. That's currently your 4th place. With the U15 boys, they're taking 6 players. Right now, your 6th place is Brent Bates at 864. As there's some scores from Anderson and Tarcio that are already ahead of that number. So 864 is what the U15 boys are looking to get past in order to get to tomorrow's match game affairs. Right now, Tyler Anderson and Ryan Tarcio would be receiving the 2 byes in the bracket. For our U15 girls, they'll be taking 4 bowlers. Let's peek in on some of those U15 girls up here on the high end. We mentioned Tarcio. There you see he's your bowler A in the U15 boys. The rest of the bowlers on that pair are U15 girls with Oliveria, Pizzamenti, Dwyer, Apadesano, and then next door with Rowe and Murphy, your A and B on 31 and 32. Kaufman, Quattrini, and Cassidy in your U18 boys. We'll talk about that momentarily. Your U15 girls, 4 bowlers advancing right now. Your 4th place would be Taryn Murphy at 859. Apadesano already has a score in the top 4 at 872. And Jordan Isle also with the score inside that number. She's actually your leading qualifier at 911. So 859 is a big number to beat for those U15 girls for their 5 games. We'll see if any of them can make it happen. U18 girls, we're taking a dozen. Unofficially, your 12th place currently, Madison Smith and Kiana McIpinlack at 872. So unofficially, 15 and 16 at the same number. So if a young lady bumps their way in, just one young lady, we may have to have a roll-off for that 15th or for that 16th and final position. Actually, that's the 12th and final position. I apologize. Getting ahead of myself to the U18 boys. But yeah, 12th currently is Smith and McIntyre, 872. In our U18 boys, we're taking 16, so 16th place. Is unofficially Rocco Marriage at 997. So there's some room for some players in the U18 boys to get themselves into that top 16 for tomorrow's double elimination match play bracket. All standings, once they're made official, will be published to the BohnLegacy.com website. When you land on the website, you'll see the logo for the PB3 tournament. You'll also see it on the top menu bar. Click on that PB3 tournament menu bar, and right on that page you'll see the big 2025 results to click on, and that'll take you to all those result pages for the respective divisions. Oh, we have a Hall of Fame Deadwood clear, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Parker Bohn, the two-finger right-handed Deadwood clear. There is nothing better than a Hall of Fame Deadwood clear, ladies and gentlemen, and we just had one here by PB3. What a gentleman, too, making the score correction necessary for the bowler. And as every good bowler should do after bowling with friends and family, take that house ball back. Oh, he used a player's bowling ball. I thought it was a house ball. Nothing better than a Hall of Fame Deadwood clear. Back to our players on the end. Make a quick bump in, check in on some more of our U18 ladies. Anna Anthony, there you see there, she's already got her ticket punched for tomorrow. She's looking to win a title for the second year in a row. Last year was the U15 girls. Anthony on her pair with Ari Smith and William Munoz in the boys U18 division. Your A and B. Your C, Addison Quattrini. D, Allison Stakowitz. And then Anthony is your bowler E. Next door, Camille Forrester, your A. Christine Sabetta, your B. Kira Stahora, your C. Kennedy Painter, your D. And Kiana Makapiniak. As we mentioned, she's in that tie for the number 12 spot currently in the girls U18 division from her previous score, so she's going to be looking to get past it here on this squad to try to make sure she's got a ticket punched tomorrow. Otherwise, she might be involved in a one-game roll-off. Anthony got that four-pin and wiggle about 6 different directions before it stood in defiance of her might. Are you kidding me? That's the second horrendous break that young lady's seen in a couple of games. That is Kira Stahora, and we're going to bring up a replay from earlier. Pardon my time to make sure this comes up on the screen. It's going to be a little on the hazy side because we're going to a replay. She only got one on that spare. She is just getting beat up by the pins today. So here we go. This is the 10th frame of last game for Kira Stahora. Great shot, going in the pocket, breaks in a little late. Oh, there's your pocket 6-pin for you. Like, she's stunned. The people around her are stunned. Unfortunately, the machine didn't pick it up. She's kind of laughing it off. But now, she goes from that. She throws a pretty decent shot that time. The 5 paralyzes into the 4.5-pin spot. She leaves it with the 7-pin. Sometimes life just isn't fair. And the pins aren't playing fair, and that's what's happening right now for Kira Stahora. Just not right. So when you think you're getting some bad breaks on the lanes, I want you to come back and think about the bad breaks that poor Kira Stahor has received, trying to qualify for tomorrow's match play blocks here at the 26th annual Parker Bohn III scholarship event. So your bowlers, once again, going to be moving 3 pairs to the right, skipping 2, landing on the third. 17 and 18 is going to move down to 23 and 24. Your bowlers on 19 and 20 are going to move to 25 and 26. Just a single qualifying game remaining for these young players trying to make their way into tomorrow's match play brackets. Those brackets, once again, will be our top 4 U12 mixed qualifiers, our top 4 U15 girls qualifiers, your top 6 U15 boys qualifiers, your top 12 U18 girls qualifiers, and all of the 16 U18 boys qualifiers. Going to try to battle out through that double elimination match play bracket. Each match, a 2-game total pin match. Don't go in that loser's bracket early because it's going to be a long road to make your way back and try to get into those championship rounds we're going to have for you right inside of Rev Rates VIP Entertainment here at Howell Lanes tomorrow. Starting with our U12 mixed, then we'll have our U15 girls, U15 boys, and we'll have the U18 boys and girls hitting the lanes at the same time. And now the end is near. And so I face the final 10 pin. Let's change it up a little bit from Sinatra there. As 3 out of every 4 players in each division. They can come and spectate tomorrow, cheer on their friends, but they won't be bowling as only 1 in 4 in each division advance to our double elimination match play brackets tomorrow beginning at 9 a.m. We'll have all those feeds for you here on the Bohn Legacy channel with the ambient audio in the bowling center as we'll be prepping for the 5 championship matches happening tomorrow inside of Rev Rates VIP Entertainment. These young players are going to be battling just like it's a TV set. They're going to have a lot of cameras on them, some lights, pressure bowling head to head with the crowd. It's going to be just like they're at a PBA event. So let's get you up to some of our U18 girls that are trying to make that cut into the top 12. A couple players are close. So we should have our 4-game score updates in because Justin Bohn has just been all over making sure those get in. Brandon Bohn getting the scores on the lanes, relaying them to Justin. So let's take a look and see if we can find some of our top players here in the U18 girls. Right now leading the field on this squad. And Auntie already in. She's at 752. Camille Forrester. We'll have to go next door. I believe she's finishing at 29 and 30. With Forrester, yeah, she's on 29. No, she should be here. Yep. She's at 25 and 26 with Sabetta's your B, Forrester your A. Stahora your C, Painter your D, and Macapinlack your E. Next door, Alinsky, Sheldon, Winchell, Erb, and Floyd your A through E respectively. As we mentioned, Macapinlack, she's got a number already in the top 12, but it's a tie for 12. And that number is 872. She's currently at 674. So she's going to need a game. With 191 to get her past her old score, get her out of that tie. And she's going to need to throw a few more of those X's on the board. Because right now she's your bowler E. Open, spare, spare. Not the pace that Macapinlack's looking for currently. In your U18 boys, Ben Ware is already in. He's at 869. Galafaro was on the outside looking in. He was pretty close to a cut number, actually. He was at 1004. Galafaro are currently at 908, so Galafaro's going to lock himself in. A couple players are going to need some numbers with Augie Quattrini. Quattrini's fallen back after his 270 in game 2, 163 in game 3, 168 in game 4, so he's back to plus 21 or an 821 total. Braden Cassidy's fallen back as well, 167 in game 4, his brain back to 804. So those are a couple players that are going to need big last games to get themselves into the match play number tomorrow. Matt Wenger in the U15 boys, he should get himself into the top 6. He's currently sitting at 816, barring full disaster. Same, well, Tarsio's already in. He's got a couple scores already in. Hennesek, he's at 862. He already has a score that was in. So unless somebody gets by Brent Bates at 864, Bates might be the 6th person in to that boys U15 match play bracket. There'll be a couple buys in that bracket to Anderson and Tarsio. Tarsio at 1068 for his high score earlier in round 4. Anderson yesterday morning shot 1113. So Wenger should be in. Just a matter of, I don't think he can get past his other 2 scores for a bye. Oh, he'd have to shoot 207. So we'll see if we can check in on Wenger momentarily. Wenger can't get there. So it looks like it's going to be Anderson and Tarsio for your 2 buys in the boys U15 division, and you're going to be able to get your final scores right there. BohnLegacy.com is your website address. Once the tournament staff has made all results official, they will post it to that site, and you'll be able to see what players advance to tomorrow's double elimination match play bracket. They'll also have the final results for all the high game jackpots for those bowlers that may have entered. And I'm sure sometime by tomorrow morning, start a competition, they will have all the prize funds for each division listed as well. So give them about a half hour once the last ball is thrown for everything to be made official. Once again, if there is a roll-off, we are not going to stay on the air, but we will get some highlights of the roll-off and show it to you tomorrow morning on one of the first championship round matches inside of Rev Rates. So your match play begins 9 a.m. tomorrow here inside of Howell Lanes. As we said earlier, Garland-Farrow, he's trying to elevate his place in the top 16. As he's one of those spots that are close at 10:04. That Greek Church not going to help the cause, but got a father already at 9:08 for his first 4 games. So yeah, even if he goes off the sheet here with open frames, he'd still be in the 140s, and that would give him a 1040 total. So yeah, he'll have no problem being in match play tomorrow. Let's check in our U12 mixed players, as that's a pretty tight competition for our top 4. Right now with U12, as you see Christian Forey. Forey's going to jump in, as Forey currently is at 659 for his first 4 games. So even if he only threw a 100 game, he would have enough pins to pass Shane Rizzo. Rizzo at 725. So we know that Forey's going to get in. Now it's a matter of can somebody get past Mehdi Mira at 754. And it would take Isabella Mondi. She would need a game in the 170s, the high 170s. She's not going to get there. She's going to max out here at 158. Thomas would have needed a 200 game. Thomas not going to get there. So unofficially, your top 4 for tomorrow, Forey with a great block here in our final qualifying round. We'll be joining Nolan Randisi, Josiah Martin, and Mehdi Mira. Once again, fully unofficial pending score verification in our U12 mixed division. And for our U15 girls, score to beat was currently Taryn Murphy at 859. Papadesano going to get past that, but she's in already. Roar Murphy. Can she get there? No, Nora Rowe would need to have a 185 game. Rowe's your bowler A on 13, so Rowe would need to strike out. And the other two girls in the U15 girls, Oliveira, Pizzamenti can't get there. Dwyer. Dwyer's at 687. So Dwyer needs to get to 170 to get in. So there's still a chance for Dwyer. Still a very outside chance for Rowe. And the score ahead of Murphy is Apotasano at 872, but Apotasano already at 780. So yeah, she's just improving on her score. So it's going to be a battle here, it looks like, between Kaylee Dwyer at 687. And Nora Rowe at 674. But Rowe's going to need to punch the sheet to get past 859. And Dwyer has a 13-pin advantage. So Dwyer can, and she's up 24 pins in the game. So Dwyer can even go mark right now, be in the 180s and get past Taryn Murphy. So must strike here for Rowe to have any chance. Gets there, scrambles them, but she's going to need some help from her opponent. There you see Dwyer stepping up. Dwyer can go mark and still have enough. Big toss here in the 9th for Dwyer. No better mark than 10 back. So a little drama here in the U15 girls. They might not know it yet. But they're the two ladies battling for that last spot. And all Taryn Murphy can do on the same pair with Rowe on 11 and 12 is watch, knowing that her score is primed to get knocked off. And actually, that score has already been knocked off. That double by Kaylee Dwyer, if she goes 9 out in the 10th frame, would give her 9. It would have to be a 9 count and a miss. Would give Dwyer 868. And even with 190 for Nora Rowe, if she struck out, that would leave Rowe in the 860s. At 864. So basically 8 or better first ball of the 10th frame. Kaylee Dwyer is going to lock up a spot in the 4-player U15 girls bracket tomorrow when she steps up in the 10th frame working on that double. Remember, give them about a half hour to post the final results online at bohnlegacy.com. If they do have any ties that need to be broken for an advancing spot, we'll bring you highlights of that tomorrow during one of our championship matches for the respective division the roll-off took place in. And a bad break there for Rowe, but it was too little too late. As I just don't see Kaylee Dwyer going, 5-4 in this particular situation. Yeah, even if she were to go to Greek Church and go with 177, she'd still have enough to get by and score out there for Taryn Murphy. So there's your last advancer. Hey, take the break. Oh, no, Dwyer just goes 10 back. Gets herself in with authority. So unofficially, you're 4 in the U15 girls division. Jordan Isle, Alyssa Randisi, Kelly Apatizano, and Kaylee Dwyer. So they'll be back first thing, battling it out at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. And with that great shot by Dwyer, we're going to end our audio portion of our programming. We're going to let these players finish their games. And get ready for tomorrow morning's double elimination match play brackets. Thanks everybody for joining us all day long here on the Bohn Legacy YouTube channel. Come back tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Your start for that match play tomorrow here from the 26th annual PB3. And once again, get your final results of the qualifying at bohnlegacy.com. We will see you tomorrow here from Howell Lanes in Howell, New Jersey.
Okay, bowlers, just a reminder, please bring your score sheet once it's added up down here to the low end of the building so that we can tabulate the scores. We will have those final numbers and make the announcement on how many people make the cut in each division in about 30 minutes.